All right, we are analyzing all 12 game wins from the FNCS Global Championship, and game 1 was won by Chap and Teeny. So what's interesting about this is that Chap and Teeny originally said they were going to land here. They also said they were going to land in like 10 other different parts of the map, and I wasn't really sure where they were actually going to go eventually. So they have resorted to going back down to Nitro Dome, splitting it with Canada and Cooper. So they're essentially landing on the south, taking this, and then Canada and Cooper went up to the north. So this basically really screwed up Canada and Cooper throughout the entire day. I'm recording these 6 games before the day 2 6 games, so I don't know who's won the whole tournament yet. But right now it looks like it's Peterborough and Boyle. So they see Aegis and Rise, I think, over there. In classic Teeny style, I think they're probably just going to camp on Aegis and Rise. I know they end up getting the first 2 kills, which allows them to freely go for forecast. Nice, they're going for a beautiful pinch. I like this. Things with Aegis and Rise split is that they are, as the term suggests, split. So like, Aegis is all the way up here. He's a pad, so he can get back to Rise if need be. But like, Rise can just get jumped on so freely. And this is definitely something that Chap and Teeny will have prepped, because they always prep for like, who are the teams around them? How do they split? All this kind of stuff. So game 1, forecast spawns for them. They know there's a team around them that's just like sitting as solos. And now they can just straight jump on him. There you go. Aegis has managed to get back. Okay. So they weren't very successful because they didn't get spotted here. They see the angles. Chap and Teeny play such good angles. I love that they just kind of single pickaxe, weaken a bunch of stuff from Chap, protect himself, little ramp in, sneaky plays. The amount of crouching that Teeny does is so annoying. Like any single time you're trying to play against him, you never know where he is. There's another walls. Yeah, mistake, buddy. Oh, beautiful mechanics. Rise makes a huge mistake. There it is, exactly. Crouching, hiding around. Like, you have no idea where this guy is. So Chap was able to get away. So basically, Chap kind of walked backwards and baited out the shot there. Now it's just a 2v1. He's covered, jumps in. It's wraps. Aegis Rise, you guys don't stand a chance. So yeah, essentially, Chap walks away and like runs away to harvest mats, which baits Rise out to go on height. But just because he makes such a mistake, you can't be just jumping onto like a floor that is not yours. Does Rise have any builds? Rise has 30 builds, so not coning this is incredibly greedy when he doesn't know where they are. Oh, then dropped in full piece. Unlucky, bro. Unlucky. Interesting, this does mean other teams come in. So Cammy and Seti have actually already rotated all the way up here to try and third party, but we know Cammy and Seti are not going to key them, so they get a couple shots off and then run away, basically. So now they can just sit and harvest the metal. Second zone pops, so that means forecast is going to spawn soon. Who's going for it? No one's up on forecast yet, but we do have Ed and Persa boxed up in this area. Okay, okay. So they just wait for it to spawn. Ed and Persa are trying to take this for Surge. Good coverage from Chap. 2 boxes there to make sure they get the bots spawning inside. Insta-kill. And now they have guaranteed forecast. They already have 2 elims, so they have a really good amount of Surge as well. So the game's already set up for them really, really easily. Good reusing of the heals. A lot of people don't talk about the fact that you also get this purple AR from Forecast, which in a Surge game like this is so nuts. You don't get a Fizz anymore this season, which would be even stronger if you did. But yeah, still crazy loot from just grabbing Forecast generally. So now for them, they have early Surge at this point. So I'm sure all they need to do now is just go and harvest, like get Cat Metal, make sure they're Cat Mats and get to a good position in zone. And they already are. Like, it's an East pulling zone for this. So for them, if they get Cat Metal, they're chilling. Are they just keying Ed? That's bold. No, okay, no, probably going south for Metal. Interesting. So now basically they have Surge, they have Forecast, they know where zones are pulling, so all they need is mats. So they have this time available for them. A lot of teams in the lobby won't have any Surge at this point, so they're going to need to get into fights like this that's happening over here for the bunker, which we saw on broadcast. Everyone's panicking, trying to get a lot of damage, whereas like Chap and Teeny, they can just chill, get some metal, yeah, harvest some floors, you know, make sure their mats are stacked. So they're set up so good, and it's all because of their like early prep already. Really small thing here, but notice how they're not using this zip line. It seems like a very minor thing, but the zip line visual audio is so far, and every time I'm playing a tournament and DJ uses one, I tell him not to. Just don't use the zip line, I swear. Everyone will know where you are if you use the zip line. So, you know, from like, I don't know what the radius is. I need to actually check the distance that you can hear it from. It's so far. But for them, like, you know, anyone could be around, anyone could camp them if they heard that. So just by being extra careful, they make sure they don't make a mistake of just dying there. So basically, they just take over someone's little Surge base here. Teeny goes and refarms, whilst Chap just stays up and looks for any tags. Again, they still have damage early, so like, it's not they don't need damage. There's a huge Surge threshold this game, so they definitely need a ton. But for them already at this point, like, they are ahead, so they're chilling. Their timing with Forecast is also really interesting. Just to keep with full south, like, look how early they're able to rotate east here. Because obviously a lot of these teams... I know the next zone pulls east because I watched the game. but they're keeping away from like all of this congestion on the side because obviously they just know where the zone's going and other people don't, which is really nice. That allows them to kind of be a little more sneaky and try to third party these fights for more damage here. It's in a bush nearby. I don't know how they know they're in that bush. They're probably just bush checking, I imagine. Now they just try. Do they get any tags here? Didn't see Chap get any. Okay, one of the things I really like here is notice how when they're disengaging, this is something that I know a lot of people just really suck at. Not pros, obviously, but this is just a minor thing. Where like they know they want to rotate to the north for whatever reason, we'll see in a second, and just finding nice ways to cut off line of sight. Like there's all these teams, there's Nathan CZB holding them on the hill, you know, there's no one over to this side, so they can just drop down here and cut off line of sight and rotate past. It's something that's really simple, but for the most part it's something that a lot of people still really suck at, and they're still cap mats at this point too, so they're full chilling. Kind of getting farmed a bit for Surge. Crazy tags on Vico. Pistol's so good for Surge as well. What's interesting here is, again, as I mentioned, because they're staying away from like the congestion over here because they have forecast, they're able to kind of rotate around and look for tags on like different teams. They're basically doing what Vico and Flixie did last season and soft fighting. Like they're just moving around, trying to get some beams, some tags, and then not overcommitting and just like running away. Just then going for it on a different person. So they're like trying to farm as many people who are center zone as possible here. So if this is the kind of thing that if you're a center zone team looking for Surge, you know, a lot of people try to just box up in center zone and look for tags, which is really difficult to do. But for them, they're just kind of moving around repeatedly, you know, trying to get tags here and there. And now, if you know, obviously they know where next zone is. So this power position on the hill is so good for them because they've got such good vision over like every single angle coming in. Like all these teams will rotate in from this direction if they rift. Anyone who tries to rotate past, like this hill's such a good spot. Yeah, we're Surge pops now, so it's the first threshold. First threshold now. So there's still 82 up, and they're 400 above. So at this point, let me check how much damage they've done. Hold on. So in game one, pretty much they had dealt around 500 damage. So, you know, really high up on the Storm Surge leaderboard by the time the third zone pops up already. So their strategy is absolutely working out well for game number one. Yeah, at this point, they've dealt like 600. So they're 250 below. So they've done 700 damage here. If you don't know how that works, when Storm Surge pops up underneath, that's the threshold. It shows what it is. And then it puts them up. So you just add the two numbers together. And it shows you how much damage they've done at that point. Nope, they get rifted on. All right, Giras, I'm not really sure what's going on there. I don't know what just happened. I don't know how they just got that Elim. I'm not going to lie. Good job getting the body back out. I think Giras and Chari must have been below. Let's see. How did Giras die? 265 above. Did he think he was him? Oh, he just got shot. Oh, bad edit timing. Giras gets shot in the back, and that's a free gift onto Tini. So now Tini and Chap will have like extra mats because he was 107. So they have additional loot left over here. Dang, okay, they're going to be in such a good spot now from this refresh. That's really unfortunate for Giras, but I mean, he did completely rotate with his back open, so it's going to happen. Now, I do like how they also here, they create a bunch of extra space for the mats because as they have forecast, they know it's going to come here. And now they're still focusing on Chari, who they know is left as a solo because they've not heard him run away here. And there's the armored floor. They can see the footsteps and everything. So you know, it's not a bad play to go for him because either if they kill him or not, it's just free Surge for them. So, which obviously you can see they don't actually get the kill here from at all still. And now, of course, they also, this is one of the things with forecast, it's zone, but they position this as the edge, which looks really stupid because it's like, what if you pull a max zone over here? But obviously they have forecast, so they know they're not going to. So now they already are in position on the storm line, which gives them access to rotate into the dead side if they need to. So forecast allowing them to put into like the best positions every single time, and the extra mats definitely help here. All right, so the C next zone. So using the extra wood now is another good thing. Obviously, forecast man. Obviously, this next zone is going to be pulling, imagine, up towards this direction up here somewhere. They just did a good job using those extra wood, creating a bunch of space. Obviously, the ability to get refresh there is lovely to tarp round, and then they're just going to make an early rotate, which is super nice. Not committing any of their hard mats in that kind of, you know, little tarp here just because it's all the wood that they need to use, and then just essentially committing a little bit here just to make sure they actually get into zone, which is lovely. No Calcium Haman. So the Middle East players need some Surge. Insta armored wall both sides. Lovely. These guys are getting ticked for Surge, so like you can literally just wait for them to make a mistake and you're going to kill them. Interesting, they're breaking out their own armored wall. They're probably just going to end up keying now. Yeah, now they know it's safe to key back and return. So they can hear these guys getting ticked for Surge. Freest kill ever, man. A team who's below in Surge is always so desperate that it's like if you just wait, they just lose tons of HP and that's it. And now they have more extra mats too. They're in zone. Now what's interesting is obviously they now know where the 8th zone pulls, and they both have Capcat mats, so split the extra mats here, try and get whatever's left. So they've basically tarped now because they keep getting elims. They have tarped this entire way in. Look at this. That is madness. Yeah, so it's really interesting. So what they've done is, obviously, they pulled like a complete max zone. And again, you know, forecast, so they know where it goes, obviously. So they've literally tarped as deep as humanly possible, even though this looks like a really stupid idea, because surely someone's just going to spray you out from here. But now that gives them zone priority, right? Like, all of these teams are now behind them. Rather than being in this position here, where you're with everyone, you've kind of cut off their line of sight, so you're just ahead. And now you have the opportunity to rotate early and get ahead here. So let's see if that's what they end up doing. Yep. Nice. Just using Fizz, floors. Now they see Vico Flixie ahead of them. So that's they know the team that's right that was right in front of them has gone. And they play up the hill too, because obviously they know where the next one's pulling. See, now like all the teams are behind them. Outside of Vico Flixie who are in front. So basically they're very high priority on this rotate. But now they actually almost need a little bit more Surge, which is crazy. This game was nuts for Surge. You needed like 1.1k damage. And they're only 133 at 6 above with 4 elims. Right, Fizz. Now things are getting a little dicey. Because they staggered there, all these other teams are ahead of them. So now they basically just have to commit mats. Sitting in wood's a little risky. Nice. Stay on a high layer. And continually to do the Fizz rotate. Nice. Really nice for them. Getting beamed was a bit of a problem, but they still made a good rotate in there. Scouting teams above them. That's really interesting. Nice. The kind of backwards ramps there. So this was quite common, which just means that if you're this team, you can't like double edit down and spray that floor. But I've not seen someone do it under their angle here, so also prevents going from this floor too. Just really in a material efficient way, just using 2 mats. It's really nice from Teeny. Although surely he needs to still be careful with this. Yeah, okay. Very careful on these 2 ramps, and then he just doesn't block this angle and edits that, which is very risky, because that's a right-hand peak for them too. Again, Teeny Chap know where zones are. Yep, exactly as mentioned. Okay, that was exactly what I thought might happen. All right, so zone. Let's see where the zone is. Who's on height at this moment? They're in a high layer. No one's really on height. Cammy and Seti were up on this side on 2 armored walls, which is super cool, by the way. Dead side, 2 armored walls, super material efficient way. You don't have to like make 10 boxes. You're literally just connected by that. No one's going to sit and spray out. Or is that 3? 3 armored walls, yeah. They unfortunately die on this rotate, but you know, I think it pulls down this direction. So Chap and Teeny already up on a high layer. They're primed for height. All right, early Fizz, early rotation. Stay high with wood. Cheap tarp, just using wood. Now they're closer to front side. They went early, so everyone's behind them. So they don't really need to look forward. Height is free, so they can just go up for it. Nice. What's the kind of formation they went for here? They double layering. Nice. Chap kind of infinite 90'd at the backside. And then Teeny ended up just ramping forward. So like they can connect together there, as you can see. But also, if any of the teams were trying to sneak, there's like 2 different ways. Chap with a guaranteed height from the backside by 90ing, whereas Teeny was just running front side, so he can look back if anyone tried to go for Chap. So now they need to make sure no one sneaks on him. Teeny jumping all the way down, connecting front side, building forwards towards zone. Nice. Really connected as well. So first moving zone, like, no one's spraying this out. If you look up, you're not going to spray out this from height. There's just no way. They're so well connected. So really good height hold in the first moving. Focusing teams who are in metal, because those are the teams who are going to have the most mats, and you want to grief them the most. Plus, they're also the teams that are under them, so are probably going to be the ones that will try to spray them out if need be. I guess they kind of need more mats, so he needs a bit of a refresh here. Nice. Again, spraying the teams in metal. Not looking to kill them, just griefing their mats. Especially the team's front side. Do some things. Unlucky boys. Now they've already got top 8. 22 builds total. Probably going to need a refresh at some point. Zone pullback. So good for them on height. Especially since they don't have any mats. The zone pullback might have done it for them. But of course, they knew zone was pulling back because of the forecast. How many times are going to mention forecast? Probably a lot. Man, this looks laggy as hell, I'm not going to lie. 2v2 situation now. Basically, they just held height the whole time. Who actually gets the kills here? Let's see how they end up winning it out. Ooh, a nice angle from Chap to drop all the way down behind. He's got 1 build. So... Jesus. He got 1 build, so he basically just has to like full psycho, and jumping into Storm so good. And then just the pressure takes up Vico. Good game for them. Good game for them overall. From a stats perspective, 7 elims for the team. 3 were Chap, 4 were TD. But Chap fragged out in the damage. Just over 1,000 damage to him and 974 to Teeny. So all the people out here are saying Chap is cheating. Boys, he's doing it on LAN. He's doing it on LAN. All right, game 2 was won by Thomas and Queasy. 10 kills. And Queasy had 5 of them, which might be a world record for Queasy. Drop spot, moneymaker base down to the southeast. We still call it that, which is funny. Uncon. Now, surrounding them, they have an interesting couple of teams going on. Gramsoon Clone kind of land up here, and then third party this fight. So there's plenty of opportunities there. Sphinx and Jukes are here, so they're basically like Thomas HD can just sit on this hill, tag these guys early, and then they have the pad where they can rotate either pad to pad or further on. So we'll see what they actually end up doing, but they have a lot of options from this kind of corner map drop. Instigate the barrels. I want to see how long it takes Thomas to actually get up on that hill. That's the main thing I'm interested by, because he's going to be the main one getting tags here. Instigate their metal. Queasy just dropping everything for whatever reason. Interesting, good comms from Queasy to focus on the fast harvesting materials. So notice that he's got all the god bricks around him. He's not focusing his time on like the slow, crappy harvesting stuff. He's like, right, what's the fastest materials I can harvest? A little bit risky dropping every gun here, surely. I'm guessing he's dropping it for Thomas to pick up, though. All right, so basically just loot everything. How long did this take Thomas? Still in the first zone. Thomas is like cap metal, stacked heals, pistol, and a shotgun, and he's already rotating up to surge position. You can just run up that. That's interesting. I did not know that. Good comms. Test the bush. Kills these couple NPCs. He's scared of the bush, which he should be. And then this early on, he can already sit up on this hill and go for tags. Is Queasy up with him? Yeah, Queasy does come up with him as well. They're not interested in getting like cat mats as well. This is something that a lot of teams mess up on. Oh, wow. They insta-pad. Okay, so great rotation for them. They're already doing this in the first zone. So this has been such a quick off-spawn, right? First zone already. And they are already out of the draw spot. Now, obviously, they can read the zone well enough. This is a northeast zone. So for them, like, it's almost definitely going to keep pulling up to the northwest zone. So almost definitely going to keep pulling up there. So for them, they don't waste time sitting on this hill. They just fizz pad and just get out of there to go as deep as center as early as possible. And that's what's important, why they're not wasting time, like, getting, you know, slower harvesting mats and all that kind of stuff. They can just fizz pad and go in. I wonder if they go ring to ring here. And that's crazy. That is such a... Look at the distance they traveled in that. Now, because they went so early, right? This is actually so important for them. So, because they padded so early to get to this position here, they are now ahead of all of these teams here. All of these teams. So, every single one of them, they can just look back and hold them if they need to. And now look how little teams... Well, awful drawing. Look how little teams are like in this area here. So they have free rotates because their zone priority is better. Everyone's right behind them. So early rotates really saved them here. But they do have no damage so far. So fizz ring. Nice. Good rotation. Get extra mats back up. So again, look how deep they are in comparison to all... Nah, this is actually nuts. In comparison to all of the other teams around them, look how deep they've managed to get into Storm. They didn't even need to hold all these teams, but regardless, they're ahead of them now. And I guess I think they surge base in this game, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they do. That is crazy. So they've managed to claim the mid-map hill. They've got a mid-map surge base when they land here, just because of the kind of map rotation that's around them. That's crazy. That's so good. And now you also have Thomas with a pistol. They both have pistols. So they're both playing pistol. So, like, they're really not fragging at all here. So they're both playing pistol for surge tags because it's just the easiest way to do it. And this is the second zone, and they're in center zone already. And they have a surge base here. 70. Beautiful. I don't know how much of this I will watch, but I imagine they just get a lot of damage here. Now, importantly, interesting, they're confident enough. Queasy is so confident that Thomas will get enough tags that he's actually just dropped. So... Obviously, when you build this much, you need to replenish these mats somehow. And obviously, there's a lot of good hard bricks down here. Plus, they can get dashes, which is really important. Like, this season, dashes are so important. Especially if you're playing like a solo cash cup. Get yourself some dashes in your inventory, man. So you can get cat brick up again. Nice. 400 brick. Rest your wood up. Used a bit of metal on the base. Yeah, it is what it is. I think he would split. It's crazy. Imagine being able to play with Thomas HD, who hits every shot, and you don't even need to worry about getting surge tags because you can just let him do it. Was also this benefits them. So like this restored reels. Say if Trulex and Trulex and Chicho were landing here still, they wouldn't be able to do this because Trulex and Chicho used to take this hill. But Malabuka Murstache is fighting Alex and Worthy of Spawn. So these two are always really scuffed. So the chances of them fighting on this hill or like claiming this hill early are so low. So this is like a really, really nice plan. Really well thought out position here. The hill will be free because the teams are conning fighting here and they'll be scuffed. And they can get there super early with the pads and the rotations. All right, Queasy has dashes. Thomas does not still. So I wonder if Thomas goes down to get dashes at any point. He just hits every bullet, man. Yep, now Thomas goes down. Yep, so now Thomas goes down for more tags. So now Thomas goes down as well. And I'm imagining he's also just going to run and get dashes. Queasy stays up there. Oh, yeah. They start to get TD strat on. So Queasy and Chap snuck underneath them here, which we'll see what happens. I'll watch from Thomas's perspective. So he got dashes here, which is really good. Oh, wasted a dash. Nice. That's way too easy to do when you're trying to mantle. So he goes up. Crazy reaction time from Thomas there. I'm not going to lie. And really good use him to get the dash just to go up. And then I like that immediately as they saw that Teen and Chat were sneaking on them, they insta-coned off the tops here. Just in case anyone was trying to like just build fight them essentially. That's a good sign now just to say, you know what, we're getting out of here. Lost our last dashes. A team sneaking on us. We don't want to fight. It's probably TD and they're going to be tough to fight. So good chance to move. Also now the 4th zone pulls. And again, remember because they went early, all of these teams, what I talked about earlier, look how far behind they are. Whereas Thomas and Queasy are ahead of them. So they get free rotates because they're not being held by them all. Oops. Oh my god. Oh yeah, look at this. This is so good. Watch this from Phaser's perspective, right? They get a kill here. Look at this. Oh, server lag. We love server lag. Basically, they both just headshot him with a pistol at the exact same time. The freest kill of all time. Queasy gets finished, so they get more surge there because of that. That pistol's nuts, man. No spray power, but when you can do stuff like that, who cares? So they get extra mats. I wonder if they decide to stay here on the extra mats. I don't think it's a good idea, though. Because of all these teams, again, we'll rotate in next to them. Nice. Kind of similar to Teeny. This little tower, this little tarp here where you can just get in, like, significantly deeper is so valuable. 400 above surge. So kind of similar to Teeny in game 1. Super early surge done. So here's the thing, right? It's really easy just to rotate through the water. Hypothetically, right? Because you get dashes, they can just infinitely run. So teams set themselves up in positions where they can just take advantage of that. Which means that you really can, because you're just going to drain a bunch of health doing it. So I wonder if they're just going to sit on this hill and rotate up north, or kind of diagonally across this way instead. That would be a bad, the second one would be a bad one. Interesting, they use so many of their heals, they actually go back to the extra loot too. Nice. And at the same time, I like that Queasy's refarming, but Thomas is scouting for him just to make sure he's safe. So it's this like constant, like one player's looking for tags and scouting, and the other player's refarming. And like they're still now, because of that, obviously they got the elim onto Phaser there, but cap. Going into this point. So like this is like some of the fundamentals of good mid game, I'm not gonna lie. Interesting if they decide to stay here. So it's like 5th zone is the one where it could pull like, it could pull like this, it could pull here. So for a lot of people, if you're already in like a relatively good position, as long as you're not like right up against the edge of the storm here, then you're fine. So I think for them, their job here should be now to prevent any of these teams who are going to rotate in from getting ahead of them. So they have to just hard focus on this side of zone here to keep these teams stuck here. Make them build their mats so that you later can get a free rotate if it goes max distance, which is exactly what they're doing. Nice. And zone pulls to them. So zone pulls to them. So they get a 96 zone, luckily for them. So no worries. They don't have to worry about trying to rotate this max distance, which is good RNG. Oh man, look at poor King. His teammate Phaser already died here. Oh, poor man. Bro, Thomas does not mess with this pistol. This guy is actually built different. Every shot's a 70 tag. You guys did not see that part. Now it's kind of similar though. So I think for them, from this perspective, I think they have plenty of surge for the rest of the game. Like they don't need to play for surge here. But one of the things I think they need to do again is kind of similar. I don't know if they want to commit to getting deeper into Deadside here, but I think what you want to do is keep looking this direction and try and prevent teams from coming this way so that you can rotate that way later if you need to. I don't know if you really can. You might be too far to be able to do that, I'll be completely honest, but that's the thought process here. And their mats right now are so good. Again, still, like, they're still pretty much cap, both of them, which going into endgame is, like, the most ideal situation you could possibly be in. There's a trend here between the 2 wins we've seen already. Go on, Thomas, hit another bang. We got... Alright, Queasy should be planning ahead now. Yeah, Queasy's scouting Deadside, actually. Alright, they pull 7th zone, so 2 good RNG zones for them. No forecast, so they didn't know it was here ahead of time. Now, what kind of... Like, what's around them right here? Is Bryson Bolts getting tagged for Surge? Could be wrong. No. So they can't really luke this direction. But basically, they can just hold everyone in this area. So, like, yeah, free kills again. Oh, not free kills, free tags. All right, where's... All right, the 8th zone. Man, not gonna lie, they got some juicy zones this game. So from this positioning, you can design to do a couple things, right? They have dashes. I don't think you want to waste your dashes this early. But in this hill zone, you ideally want to get up onto this side here because it goes over water and you can take height. So for them, I don't know if they go... I don't know if they have an opportunity. They might have an opportunity to go a little early here. Maybe they fizz, use a dash, get up high. Or they could stagger and wait for the zone to kind of catch up a bit. And then you can allow yourself to maybe like fizz dash into this side of zone. I don't quite know. We'll see from their perspective. It's hard to see. Right, Queasy decides to... Are they committing height this early? Big commit on height this early, especially since it's not actually in zone yet. All right, it seems like we're going for a full tarp into height already. Oh, this one doesn't pull up. Sorry, wrong. So a big commit onto height. Nice little ramps underneath, though. Notice how they're connected in so many different ways again. Couple ramps connecting them, 2 layers beneath. Like, no one's going to chop all this out underneath either. You might be able to, actually, but it would take so much time. Someone will kill you while they do it, so there's just no way you're going to be able to. Now, we're probably just going to... Based on the elim feed, I think we're just going to see a Thomas masterclass of pistoling here. Interesting, though. Are they... Surely they're not actually in zone here, though. No, they're still really far. Are they? No, not that far. Okay. So this seems awfully risky, but again, they have dashes. So even if they get chopped out here, like, no one cares. They're fine. They're so connected back there, and no one's going to sit and spray out, you know, this much metal that's already fully built. It's like people just don't have the ammo for that at this kind of game because they've been using it, spraying so much for Surge. All right, Squeezy goes down, it connects again, and now he's got even better connection here. Similar below, like connecting in multiple different ways. So, you know, they may be able to spray out here in this area, but you're still connected so far back. And if you can just dash onto someone else. So, and the reality is, if you're a team down low, right? Say, where am I? Say I'm Batman Booga. I look up. Am I really going to try and spray that out? Like, I don't have... there's no way I have the ammo for that. Queasy takes pistol. All right. That's why, I guess. Oh my god. Immediately, he's picked up. He's got a kill instantly with it. All right. Zone pulls north. Pulls over all the old zones. So, it pulling north here is pretty good. I was going to say you could connect down below because it pulls over the top of everyone. But I think they're maybe just too high. I guess they're just playing like Skybase. From here, like, there's no way you can get flanked, essentially. The only issue is just getting chopped. But the thing is, because they've had such a good mid game, like, they just still have so many mats. Like, Thomas still has 100 builds, and so Queasy has 90 at this point, so... Also, that's really cool. This is small little tech that I like. Notice how he didn't waste any hard mats there, but he needed to look at this angle. So he just used 2 little wood builds so that he could get a nice right-hand peek down on the corner. Didn't bother wasting any mats. Any hard mats. But he wanted to spray down this angle. So, you know, you could sit on the corner, spray down. Then this blocks you from over-peeking and getting, like, sprayed by all these people, as you can see. But still gives you that right-hand peek to spray a potentially awkward angle. And he didn't do it in a single wood, because then he could get sprayed and die, which is incredibly risky. Another kill. My god, man. Right, this guy don't stop. What did he just place there? Oh, he just connected a little bit more. Even more connected on the ramp. They also still have 10 armored. So, you know, they can really commit to height when they need to here. Also, thing that's really important is notice how they're playing along the edge of the storm. On the left side in particular. Like, now all they need to do is look to the right and spray. So, you know, they don't have the potential of someone sneaking up from the right, or they don't have to look both directions. They literally just look right. That's it. All they do is look this direction and spray them off. And they can use the double cones to kind of sit and hide behind too as well. So, like, because it's on the right-hand side, like, Queasy can sit here. Like, see where he is currently? No one can see him from this position. So he can, like, reload, he can heal, he can do whatever. Whereas if you're using, like, a cone on a floor, sometimes it can be a little bit awkward where someone can shoot you if you're on one side of it. But with 2 cones, you can just walk down the middle and heal and reload and stuff. Queasy just dashed to front side there to try and connect. Really nice. Man, it's such a... It's almost impossible to do this kind of height hold unless you are literally cap materials like they are. We're going to watch Bryson Bolts. Thomas decides to dash to keep over them, to pressure them. Oh, Knock down there. Okay. Knock greeting the loot, which is interesting too. Notice as it pulls up back over to Loot Island. Again, similar position on Storm, look. He's more to the left, so it's not fully to the left of zone, but I guess it pulls up this direction, so it will be eventually. Queasy's always been that guy on height, man. Shoot out the old stuff behind to make sure no one sneaks on you. And then it pulls up to Loot Island, so really good awareness from them. Also, just the triple ramp. One thing here. He's always making sure he's connected with 2 builds, right? So, like, he's double ramping up, which is material efficient. But obviously, when you're trying to move to the right in these kind of areas, then you'd only be connected by, like, this ramp that's here in the middle. This one. Great drawing, as always, I understand. So, he just puts 1 to the left as well, just to make sure it's tripled. Same here. So, he's always got 2 layers of protection at least. And they're getting chopped. It's almost really nice to reverse the ramp there. Reverse the ramp and armored wallet to make sure they stay up. And now they're on Loot Island. Which in endgame is crazy. 60 builds total still. Thomas should probably split some hards here. I don't know if he has any. Maybe he's just down to only wood. But yeah, they can actually refarm in moving zones on height. Refarming on height. When has this ever happened? Who gets next kill? Oh, I think Queasy's about to go crazy with a pistol. Headshot. Of course, server lag. Gets another headshot. Oh my god. Queasy fragging. Now that it's kind of one of the final moving zones, World 11 zone, second last moving zone, they don't have much left in terms of mats, so they can't really afford to double here. So essentially, they're just praying, and they're just using 1 hard mat, like a cone, essentially here, and just hoping that no one builds on it. Thomas is actually preventing that going with wood underneath, which is actually quite useful, but just to give it a little protection, but they're not doubling in hards. Oh my god, Queasy. Nice. Just single wood is scary. But yeah, I guess they're going to drop at this point. So Fizz and drop. They got like enough mats to try and win it from here. Yeah, had they stayed higher there, they could get chopped out and just die as they fall. So like dropping makes a lot of sense. It's now a 2v1v1 as well. Trulex back zone. Queasy sees your footsteps, Trulex. armored walls come out to win it. Oh, I've had my camera on the right side this whole time. Oh, well, sorry if you've missed all the surge thresholds. My bad. Baka manages to rift, which is so funny. I mean, now it's literally just a don't choke. So all they need to do is just make sure they kill Baka, who's rifting, or kill Trulix down below, who has, like, no mats. Easy. Ooh, the Queasy headshot, Max. Lovely. 5 kills for Queasy. World record right there. 10 kills. Super free win. Let's look at the stats. Let's see. Damages. So, hey, Queasy, even though playing with Thomas HD, 1,300 damage. He said at the end of this game he did 200 damage. He did 1,300, whereas Thomas did 1,700. So, both players going crazy. Damage ratio 6. That can't be right. Queasy took 200 damage that game. That can't be right. That can't be right. There's no way he took 200 damage, whereas a 6 damage ratio. I guess he didn't really get shot at all when he was on height, did he? Hey, that's insane. Well played, Queasy. All right, game number 3 was won by Swizzy and Yapko, who are landing at the Raft. Now, if you know anything about this tournament, they may not be the only team landing at the Raft. We thought there was going to be 4 teams total. But essentially, I'll speed it up, see when they actually land. But yeah, I want to see how they split this entirely off spawn, because I've not seen it. There's 2 other teams there. So we've got Poyo and Peterbot, who landed at the complete east side, and they basically got coin every single game. No one fought them. Threats and Trashy landing in the center, in like the middle area. And then Swizzy Yapko, I guess they're kind of covering this whole side here. And I don't think they fought in any game. I could be wrong. But Swizzy and Yapko obviously won this game, so I have not been down here once. I didn't even know this part of this drop spot existed. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that from a first chest. Grab some mats. So they literally insta-dip. Interesting. So they grab a couple chests. I mean, those couple chests have done them well, because obviously these are the Dr. Doom's chests, or the Avenger chest. Dr. Doom's chests, which give you god loot. So like, they literally just get a couple of those and then run away, leaving Trashy and like Poyo's team there. And then what do they do from here? So this is where Rise and Yuma were. I think they killed in this game, actually. Rise and Yuma were second at this point after 2 games. They fragged out the first 2 games. So I'm wondering if Swizzy Yapko then kind of rotate up here to get a lot of hard mats and then just absolutely key them. I do wonder where they get their metal from, though. Yeah, they're playing for bunker. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. They can get their metal there. Okay, they seem to be here in the fight. They've got no surge so far, so there's a fight going on up above. I guess they just go to third party that for tags. It's still so early into the game, remember. It's still first zone as well, so is Yuma Rise. I think they just killed the other Asia team Job. Fizzing. Waiting for them to jump down. Bad time to build. They obviously got spotted there. They chop this. Why has this got no audio? Has the gun got a silencer? There's just no audio here. Nice. If they saw them drop there, that's interesting. They saw them drop, and then immediately know they can just chase with the dashes. My god, Swizzy, can you hit a shot, please? You're meant to be EU's greatest player. 30 tag, let's go. A little bit of extra loot, nice. Interesting sneak. Let's get a free kill into Ping. I think they see him as a solo behind. Yapko must have got good damage there, I imagine. They just full key. Sorry, Ping. My god, look at the synergy. Oh my god, the synergy. Spraying in. Right, this pressure's crazy. Sorry, Ping, you're dead. Lovely. So they got first kill. They get ammo from that. Actually, that was one of the things I was worrying about, because Ping drops at Underworld, and there's tons of ammo crates in there. And with such a small amount of loot, like, yeah, because we got 40. So that kill's actually very important for to get refresh on ammo. Because it's not like you can really re-harvest ammo. You can't go back and get a bunch of ammo boxes anywhere. So by getting a refresh there, now they actually can split. Is that right? Is that 400? Yeah. Swizzy, stop being so greedy. Split it to Yapko. Now I guess they just go back for bunker. And they can probably just get their metal there. Yeah, they split ammo. Nice. I mean, bunker is... They boxed on bunker like 5 minutes ago, and it's still like another 5 minutes till it actually spawns, or a couple of minutes till it spawns. Nice. Trading back with threats for more tags. The thing is here, what's interesting here is like... Let me turn this light up. So they already have early tags, and what's interesting here, right? There's so many teams around them. You got Baka Pars, who are boxed in this awful spot. You got Batman Booga and Rapid up here we can trade with, and they just traded damage with threats and Trashy, but I think I skipped through that part. What's interesting is now, because they're playing for bunker for this position, you know, they have these heals. What they got? How much they got left? They got 3 bigs, 4 minis on Swizzy, and then you got what on Yapko? 6 minis, 1 big. So you can really actually trade a lot of damage here and deplete your shields, because if you guarantee yourself bunker, like the way that they're already positioned here, they know they're going to get tons of loot after this. What is going on with Chap and TD down here? Are they getting shit on by NPCs? Hold on. They're getting bullied by NPCs in the background of this too. Yeah, but for Swizzy and Yapko, you can actually trade a lot of surge here with these teams around them, and they can afford to take a little damage. purely because they know they're going to get the bunker next. I imagine that's how it's going to play. This game's so bugged. There's no audio. There we go. Okay, now the bunker spawning. No one's going for it. I guess because they've kind of just... They claimed it so early and they pushed everyone off. We're getting some tags on the threats. Nice. Oh my god. That was like 120 damage just from 2 bursts from Yapko there. That gold burst doing wonders. And now, even though they didn't actually use any heals really, maybe a big pot here, maybe 2. Now they guarantee themselves the extra loot for the raft. So basically they can play out of their drop spot of the raft so quickly because they get mats around and they got that extra heals from the bunker. So like, I wonder what they do if the bunker doesn't spawn. Like, I wonder if the bad games they've had are bad because the bunker doesn't spawn. Because it's, I don't know what the rate is here. All right, you get weapon mods too. Now they both play burst. Well, they're both playing burst anyway. And yeah, as predicted, their like heals are so much better now. Now they got Fizz, Biggs. I don't know what I'm doing with this pen. Fizz, Biggs, a couple meds on Yapko, so like fully stacked. Still need a little bit more metal, but I'm sure you can play out with 300 metal each. I don't know if you can refarm anywhere. I think maybe similar to... I was going to say maybe... Yeah, they're kind of... I was going to say they're splitting Surge, but not really. Grabbing the extra heals and throwing them up. Yeah, throwing the extra medkits and stuff up is really good. So yeah, the armored walls. So essentially, because the bunker gives you guaranteed 12, and you can only carry 10 armored walls, so you can see they've got extra ones left over even as well. You know, they know they're getting sprayed from KK and Kachoro from here, so they just armored wall off this side just to stop them preventing. So then that means stop them spraying, sorry. So Yapko can then spray this side, which had threats and trashy they were farming, and then like Rapid and Booga from this angle too. So good use of the armored walls when you know you have extra from a bunker. Rotate back into the raft, where hopefully they've had enough to... Yeah, they're 700 above damage, so now they can afford to go back in and grab extra metal that they needed. That's cool. They really focused on getting early surge. Kind of similar to the 2 games wins we've seen so far. Early surge as much as possible. And then that kind of opens up the opportunity to spend time either getting extra mats or, you know, extra loot, whatever that may be later on. All right, zone pool south. They're grabbing extra dashes. So they both have 3, I imagine. Yeah. Interesting that they're like not popping a big pot here, though. Very risky to run at this kind of HP. Just run around at 150 all the time. There you go. Use a Fizz to get up. They kill anytime soon? Yeah, go does. Nice. Positioning they're getting into in 6th zone here is also incredibly lovely. So if you know anything about this positioning, I've probably said it in another video already. I kind of said it about Queasy Thomas, but you know, dead side is down here. All the teams are rotating onto this side, especially because dashes. So most people are going to dash into here because it's in the dashboard area. So by positioning yourself, actually, to be honest, these guys, OC guys in a better spot, they can hold teams off from rotating in here. Now, to be honest, there's just no one rotating this way, which is quite funny, just based on the way the zone's pulled. Yeah, this allows you to then rotate into dead side. So really good spot for them. I still haven't moved my camera. There you go. They're 500 above Surge. Just believe me when I said they're good on Surge. Good zone RNG. So they pulled a nice 7th. Sprint to Reet. Yeah, it's nice. So here, which is kind of cool, is like similar to this position before, right? So they've built in this area here. So they know they've got this area safe. And now they can just try to like loop back and farm anyone here. So similar now, if they need to, they can rotate like into dead side here. Just from this same position. So they've kind of claimed this area, which allows them to hold off anyone again. So beautiful. I need a name for the strat. I don't have a name for it. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they end up moving into like this position here, or just stay here. I mean, it's the same thing, just staying here. So there you go, trying to hold any team off. There is actually a team who's rotated past, so they kind of missed. Which, if they'd gone a little deeper, they maybe could have kept them off. Oh, Mipoli. No, don't be looking. Oh, it's Katoya. Free beam. This is their builds as well, yeah. Get the body back. I don't know what Yapko's shooting at, but max surge on the body as well. The game is already set up so well for them now. 750 above. Their surge has been so good so far. To be honest, Yapko's aim is nuts for surge. I'll be totally honest. I was disrespecting Yapko before this tournament, saying that he wasn't that great. He's not like a... to be honest, he's not really ever placed that well in Grands, but he's been holding his own weight here. Oh, Mipoli. No. And another kill for Yapko. Okay, lovely. That's even more surge, and obviously get the points. Now the zone pool's kind of towards them, so they get a favorable zone pool here. Is beautiful early rotate. Again, there's only one team ahead. Again, remember what I said? This is all dead side. So because they blocked teams from going here, they killed the one team. There's only literally a single team in the way here. And what's interesting about this game is it's dead. Look at how many people are alive. 40 people here, right? But notice how every zone's pulled max. Watch how quickly this game dies out. I was shocked actually to see how quickly this game dies. Again, dead side opens up for them. They can literally just sprint ahead because of those 2 earlier zones they played that were really good. Now they're in storm already. In zone, sorry. Or close. 1,000 above surge. All right, kind of stagger a bit here. This is kind of similar to the Thomas and Queasy game where they're just like so set up. Oh my god, the Swizzy piece. Oh, that was beautiful. Let me see that again. Let's see how he scouted back that was coming there. I don't even know. Was that even intentional? So he's scouting. So he sees those guys spraying through the cone. Oh, the kill's there. So Trulex just died. So Swizzy then... Oh, we'll speed this up a bit. Jesus, it's a bit slow. Oh, so he scouted through the wall. Oh my god, that's so nice. He saw him through the cone, and then he just scouted through the wall, through the little edit to see if he came. Gets a free kill on the Baka. Lovely play by Swizzy there. So now they are literally almost cap going into the first moving zone. So this is the point where the risking... I was going to say risking just like a Fizz jump is not a good idea. But yeah, they have dashes. So again, they save their dashes. So now Fizz, dash... Now you can stagger, build a couple times, and just wait. If you have dashes this season, it's actually like first moving zone. You can literally just cut the whole thing off. Hence why I will be landing somewhere with dashes this season. And kills Demo. Bad looks from the OCE boys. Another kill for Yapko. Okay, onto Victor. Damn, up to 5. Up to 6. Holy. Okay, Yapko's just hitting the shots. He is ADSing there. It's just a replay bug if anyone's wondering. And that front zone positioning, like see how they got there so early? Just allowed them to look back on everyone scuffed. Like dashes again. Okay, they get a little scuffed, so now's the time they just tarp. Good comms, good comms. It's like now they have all these mats, they can do these plays where they commit if they need to. Okay, this zone's a little scuff. I'm up to tank a little storm. Tank storm, maybe a dash. Oh, it's not looking good. Didn't waste the dash. Interesting keeping the dash for this long. A nice storm play regardless they can make because they have the 3 medkits. Now they're on the edge, so they don't have to cover this sidewall. They still have 1. I wonder when they're going to use a dash. They still have 1 each. I feel like that would have been the place to use it, but maybe just use it here. No, just sprint down. Nice. No one was like on a good layer, so it was so free to just fizz and jump down there. Then tarp in. They still have so many mats. Nice. Good angle from Yapko. He doesn't get another kill, does he? No. No, he dies. So let's watch from Swizz's perspective. He's leading. These guys are just... I don't know what these guys are doing. All right, zone pulls far. Dash now over the zone. That's nice. And now a single basically dash over the top allows them to get just straight to front side. And then tank a little storm because they have whites for it, which is nice. That guarantees them front low. At the same time, Yapko can just look and kind of try and piece people up at the back. So it's a 2v2v2, Malibu Mustache, Yapko, Swizzy, and then Peterbot Poyo on height. Really good job by Swizzy just to try and get front side to cut off these Malibu Mustache. A little stagger too, which is nice. Yapko goes front, which means Swizzy can wait and try and look behind him. Didn't work out, but idea was there. Really lovely angles from Swizzy here too, I must say. Malibu Mustache go down to Peterbot Poyo. I don't think they get any mats from that. No, nice shot. Yeah, okay, he gets the siphon mats there are critical here. The reload takes his time. Now it's a 1v2. Beautiful right-hand peek. Poyo gets absolutely duped on, I'm not gonna lie. Lovely angles. Now thing is, Peterbot has no ammo. And Swizzy just playing the floor reset so well. The 1v2 by Swizzy, he is the GOAT. Now, to be honest, Peterbot and Poyo did look like they kind of milked that there. But they had no mats. They had no mats and no ammo to spray with, so is what it is. Can't win them all. Maybe I'm disrespecting Yapko by not putting some respect on his name, but doing some crazy damage, 1500, 1600. Now, Swizzy, when he played with Putrick and won FNCS in Chapter 4, Season 3, he was like doubling Putrick's damage, so... And I don't know if Yapko's like an equivalent level player. Maybe Yapko is just better than that. Maybe I'm just disrespecting him, but... 3 damage ratio by Yapko, 6 elims, carried his own weight. What a go. Swizzy, though, with a 1v2 to win. Star player. Let's get on to game 4. So game 4 was won by Vico and Flixie. Now, they had a couple interesting games, a couple interesting strats, because essentially to their south... I'll let it play forward. Fast forward a bit, 1 second. Yeah, so for Vico and Flixie, it's interesting because there was Shadow to their north here, Shadow and Virgo, and then to their south, we got Bryce and Bolt. Now, they were playing for the Forecast Tower here every game last season, and people were you know, everyone, and me included, were kind of concerned about how this fight's going to go. But it seems like a lot of these games, they're just keying Shadow and Virgo. I can't remember if this is one of those games. But yeah, they're dominating anyone they fight off spawn. They are truly nuts. All right, super early rotation. So kind of similar to what we've seen. I think they're probably, yeah, they're playing for this Forecast Tower. So they are still playing for Forecast, kind of similar to Tini, but they get there hella early. Now, this is, I'll be real. So the people dropping in this area are Trulex and Chicho, right? If I'm going to put my money on who's going to fight better between Trulex and Chicho and Vico and Flixie, it's going to Vico and Flixie every day. You know, now Trulex and Chicho actually have been fragging this tournament, but the reality is Vico and Flixie, they're just going to win this 10 times out of 10. Maybe 99 times out of 100. All right, start fighting. Yeah, Trulex immediately backs off. He knows there's a guy camping there. Chicho's too far. Might be able to soft fight here for a little surge damage. But yeah, essentially they've claimed the tower immediately. So from here, I think Vico stays on the high point here. Yeah, so from here, Vico stays up here and watches the Trulex and Chicho, is the team who would be coming for this forecast for the most part. whilst Vico Flixie just tries to get as much metal as possible. Because they left so quick, metal's obviously a big concern for them. So they basically like, harvested like whatever mats they could to fight properly with and to make sure they claim this tower, claim the hill area, and then just guaranteed that they got hard mats, and then guaranteed they claimed the area. So basically they just got as many hard mats as they could have spawned super quickly and efficiently. And then they just dip straight here to get as early as possible to make sure they are the ones who claim it first. All right, bot spawns. Kill them. They got forecast in. I do like... They obviously harvest out the entire building here. You know, in previous seasons, we see people camping in this building. But, you know, you can also just harvest it for full metal. So, prevents people camping on it. And obviously, it gives you metal at the same time. I imagine now they go back to Reckless. So, imagine they basically get out early, grab forecast, come back, get cat metal. I'm interested where they get the rest of their surge, though, because they've not really got any tags so far. Wow, Queasy and Thomas, kind of similar to that previous game. Did they land all... How do they fly in here? So, yeah, they might have padded to padded. Queasy and Thomas now, again, remember where they are. Down here from their game win. They managed to already make it into the same spot, into Reckless here. So, I wonder if they've got cat mats and everything. 93... 91. Okay, so not quite. So same kind of similar strat for them. They're really going early on rotates here. And now Vico and Flixie need to basically spend their time getting metal here. And looting the rest of it, of course. Okay, still getting metal. Still getting metal. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't seen them get almost like a single tag yet. We're gonna see some Flixie aim. It was third zone. I mean, you're going against Thomas HD. It's a rough guy to peek. All right, so looking to go deep. Maybe they're gonna fight like Ed and Persa here. Yeah, Flixie's sneaking. Good angle for him to sneak on. Nice cone. Doesn't manage to get it through. Good damage on Ed. 25, maybe not actually. I like how he shoots the wall to weaken it. Stop spraying, because that'll make you think he stops spraying, and then you start again. That's a good way to get damage through walls. Vico completely pinching. Now, because again, similar, like they can just go for a free fight here. Notice how there's no one around the side zone because they rotated quite deep away from edge. Now they can just full commit to a fight. So either commit to fight. This is like a kind of the classic soft fight from them. So they need to be aggressive here. They don't need the kills, but they need to be aggressive because they have literally no damage. So nice. Manages to get a shot off. The double spray. No damage committed, unfortunately. Don't get a kill here, do they? No, they don't get a kill, so... Nice. I mean, Flixie's playing this really safe. Just playing behind an angle, playing behind a wall. Not getting too close. Vico going for tops. Kind of similar. That's not safe. This is something I've talked about a few times, by the way. This is one of the best ways if you get tagged weak. Notice how he created like a 2-box high. So he just bid a top box in metal. So say he starts to get focused. Say there's someone here spraying his wall. This metal on top will heal all the way up. So you can actually make sure you've got a safe box. So then if you jump up, they're not going to sit and spray like full build metal. So yeah, I don't know if they got enough surge, but they got some surge there. So they're 400 above. I'm not going to lie. I did not see them get that much damage. Maybe they got a little... Maybe like the other player got more whilst I was watching. Whilst I was watching the other one or something. I did not see them get 400 damage. So yeah, maybe they got a bit more in True Legs early on or something like that. Nice rotation. They can get up to this, whatever this was called. Again, just using the mats that are there that they can refarm, which is really nice. And then they can use this to kind of fly to the north side if they want. No, interesting, not going to. I guess they did maybe refarm more. Big beam, good damage. Okay, so yeah, they are actually struggling more with surge. So, okay, that's fine. So the surge threshold before probably just wasn't that high then if they're still only 81 above now. So now they actually do need to commit into fight. I think it is Cammy and Seti who they end up committing on. So let's see what they do now that they actually need surge. So unlike most of our other teams, you know, a lot of our other teams that we've been seeing so far, you know, are fully stacked in the mid game. I think Cammy and Seti might be struggling with surge too. They were basically every game. Crouching, kind of similar to Teeny as we saw. Good tag. Vico knows this POI well. Just playing the right-hand peaks, playing the angles. What's going on with Cammy and Seti, man? Not my goats, Cammy and Seti. They're looking kind of lost here, I'm not going to lie. Now they turn above. They're weak. Great job by Vico running round. Good pinch. And then the pinch comes through. Look at this pinch that Vico and Flixie created. Like, as soon as they start fighting, Vico's on one wall and Flixie's on the other side. Beautiful pinch. Now they're full stacked. Unlucky Cammy Seti. You guys are... they've been struggling a lot this or day one at least. But yeah, now they got surge. They got extra loot. Beautiful. Yeah, I love this. So, obviously they have forecast. So they know where this next zone, I imagine, is pulling back into Castle Doom. So they just go early. And obviously, they got that refresh to Cammy Seti, so they have so many mats still. And now they're going to get a high ground position, maybe? Regardless, they'll be able to hold everyone rotating in here. So from here, they can kind of rotate in this side and ensure they get height on Castle Doom here. And they can hold everyone trying to go this way. And you can force players down into the water and into these kind of shambles positions down here, whereas you are in a really good spot on height. So this spot, really nice. Yep, so there we go. Up on height already. Now there's a team coming behind them. You got to be careful of Nathan and CZ being there. Yeah, you got to be a bit more careful of that. I don't know why when I was doing a wide there, that was going like 2 FPS. Because they have forecast, they know zone pulls in this way. And this is the disadvantage of Queasy and Thomas here, because they were set up really good for if zone pulled back this direction. But it didn't. And Flixie and Vico know that, them being on height. So now zone pulls to them, and they know it. And this is where Queasy and Thomas make a massive mistake. They just try to ramp across. Like, there's so many teams looking at this. I don't know, honestly, I'm not really sure. I don't know what Queasy should have done here. I'll be real. But this was not it. They still made a good game, actually. Queasy still ended up like a top 5 out of this, but I don't get armored or whatever. Like, you're not going to get high here. Give it up, mate. Give it up. Yeah, that's the problem, you see? They try to go for the body. It's crazy that from this, because Threats jumped on them there, they actually didn't get that body. Queasy got res there, and then they managed to get... Queasy Thomas got top 5, so very impressive from them, but... All right, now I think it's just... honestly, it's probably just stay on height. Yep, same thing. Free built ahead. Luke's back. Managed to get 2 free elims there. Still have tons of mats as well, like... It's crazy. Now all they need to do is just pressure everyone to keep them off. We're going to Vive spray them. Yeah, they just kind of choke the people down below. That's it. Single med count to Flixie. I don't know where he just found that, but replay bug. Nice. He's not shooting through that floor. It's just the floor does not exist. I like the Flixie goes ahead here to break out something early, but okay, you can't actually build through that. Maybe he does not know the POI. Blocking their backs, really nice. Vive dies and they just die in storm. So basically they took height with forecast, spread out Queasy, and then won the game by keeping height the whole game. Not really anything magical after that, but mid-game is pretty solid the way they claim forecast. I also kept my camera on this side again, so sorry, didn't see any of the surge. Let's see the stats of this game. Again, pretty even too. Like, most of what we're seeing here is like relatively even damages between both players, like 1700, 1600, or 1800, 1600. Interesting also that, remember I said Queasy had 200 damage taken that one game? Comparatively, Vico is like 1100. So that should just show how impressive that 200 damage is that Queasy only took in their game 1. All right, Peterbot Poyo. They won the last 2 games. Very impressive. So I'll cover the basic strat in this one, and then we'll just see if there's anything different in game number 6. I will move my camera, though. I remember to move my camera so we can see how much above surge they are. All right, Peterbot Poyo also landing at the raft, as we already know, with 2 other teams contesting who are not fighting them off spawn. Will my game still lag like fuck when I'm doing this? Frame rate's not great when I use controller for some reason. But yeah, as you can see, Peterbot Poyo landing to the west. The other team's just splitting. No one fighting here. It means they could essentially just insta-get some loot. Go straight for the boss because they know the other teams aren't going to fight them. Have the coin and then run away. Poyo killing the bots in the boss room so that there's only the boss to worry about. Literally insta-killer. Get extra gold. Now they have the coin. They know where everyone is around. Kill the bots so they don't mess them up. They have loot. Now all they need is a little bit of mats, and they can run off to forecast. Like, it's incredibly quick. 340 AR. Also, yeah, from killing the bots, you get AR ammo, so, which is very important. No. All right. A couple drones. Some, not really god brick. And they're already gone. So, it's first zone, minute left, and they're already moving out to get to forecast. So, kind of similar to Vico Flixie, gotta be fast. Look at the loot. This, 400 ammo. Couldn't be more stacked on heals. For Poyo, 2 fizzes. 2 bigs. You like that insane loot coming out of there so efficiently and so quickly. Even spend a little time getting some surge onto Aspect and Kazi. Poyo spend some time grabbing a little bit extra metal. And the game's too easy for these guys, I'm not gonna lie. They get some of the fast harvesting brick. Oh my god, that's a god brick. That's a god brick. And then they pad. Fizz pad. Doesn't even really need to fizz pad. Oh, it's just an opportunity to get tags onto Trashy. Meanwhile, Poyo pads all the way over to the forecast tower. And like, now the team's looking for the forecast tower here are essentially Clix and Veno, but they've been fighting Resigns and Demo off spawn, or like getting their loot cut off. There's just no way Veno and Clix can get up there that quickly, you know? I did think, when I didn't know that Resigns and Demo were going to con, I thought that Clix and Veno would be able to get here way faster, but just the speed at which Peterbot and Poyo loots that, there's just, I don't know how on day 2 they're ever going to stop this, but I guess we'll see tomorrow, or today. There's just no way Clix and Veno can get up to forecast in time. Like, they're just going to be held by Peterbot. So Peterbot's holding angles onto this way. Essentially, he can see anyone coming from the south, which is Gyros and Chari, Clix and Veno. Poyo's holding angles onto north. But he's not actually looking. I guess he might go hold angles on the north. Or is he just going to be on the bot? He's just getting mats. Okay, fair enough. He's not actually holding angles. Chucking extra mats here. Extra bigs. bot spawns, and they have forecast completely uncontested. Right, completely uncon, and they get 2 more bigs. So I guess that's why I threw the extra bigs earlier. Extra metal from forecast. Literally no one conning them on forecast at all. Clix and Veno have been playing south. Yeah, to the east. The surge strat hasn't really been working out all that too well for them, though. I've not watched it to see exactly what's been going on, but I know they've been like kind of on the border of surge every game. Interesting, still playing storm here. Oh, they're going for bunker. So no, they're going for bunker now too. Jesus. Okay. So they're getting mythic, forecast, bunker. No one's fighting for any of them. Bro, aura. They got too much aura, guys. Like, they're not getting fought for 3 of the most powerful parts of the game. And they got gold. Like, yeah, they're just... I don't know. You just don't lose this game. Now taking a gold pistol. Poyo with the gold pistol. Now they're actually able to get better surge. Peterbot has the mythic AR. So, like, anyone in mid-range is just getting shredded. Surges won't be an issue because of Peterbot Poyo. Loot's insane. I don't know. It's like, literally, how do you beat these guys? Like, how do they not win every game? That's a better question. How do they not win every game? I guess they've never really had any opportunities for tags yet, though, that much outside of the few off spawn. It is interesting how many people are playing Surge. Is the bunker worth playing Surge for? I don't know. We'll see. All right, Fizzpad. Threats. Get shot in the back. At this point, because it's such a late rotate, they use so many mats, but it's all like wooden brick, so it doesn't really matter. You can just, again, go onto Loot Island. And they get Island free this game as well. Are you joking me? Oh, Giras dead up there. That's free Surge on the body. Nice. Full box the body too. How are they 800 above? Am I trolling? Am I just blind? Is Poyo getting like crazy tags whilst I'm not watching here? I've seen them get like a few tags, but I've not seen them get 800 above at this point. Maybe I'm just not paying attention that much. Okay, fair enough. Maybe got more tags. I don't know. Maybe every time I switch to the other player, the other one gets tags or something. And now they get Island. They have the Mythic AR, the Scan Coin, Forecast, a Bunker, and Island. How'd you beat them? How'd you beat them then? Genuinely, like, how'd you kill these guys? They have like 1 million fizz as well. How many fizzes have they found in this game? This is crazy. They don't put too much value on splashes, which is interesting. Neither do I, to be honest with you. They're useful and they're like fast heals, but I swear it's really hard to find a stack of 6. And if you do find a stack and you use them, you like almost never find other splashes after that. But you can find like other bigs, other med kits, and like keep yourself stacked. Oh, Chari. Wait, did he not die earlier? Did he get rebooted? Or is it Giras that died? No, it was Giras that died. Good attempt. Basically, all the mats they used on that kind of late rotate, they essentially just reharvest all of them here on Loot Island. Scan Coin. See Bryson Bolts is up here. Take it, they'll probably Fizzpad to next zone. Extra wood. Interesting. Is he... I guess Poyo got so many tags that pistol that now they don't need it. They're going to drop it. I didn't see any of them, but let's just make assumptions that Poyo was just hitting mad bangs with that pistol. Use the Scan Coin. I think they always seem to play Storm here. At this point, they probably just Fizzpad later. Probably just use their meds and extra splashes here, I imagine, then. And then Fizzpad when they see where the 6 zone's going to pop. Yeah. So yeah, by timing this here, essentially when they get into Storm, they're going to see exactly where the 6 zone pulls. So now they're in the air. This is like the Kamiseti invitational strat, basically, using Island. Now they can just go in straight into this zone. Like, totally for free. So playing Island every game kind of gives this advantage. I don't know where they're going to land, though. It's a tough one. Rifting in this area is always rough because there's like, if you land here, there's just no coverage for you whatsoever. And all the kids are usually sitting in here. But for this zone in particular, like there's all these little awkward hills. You can get cut off going through here. So I wonder where do they land here. Oh, they have forecast. I need to keep forgetting. Wait, they have forecast. Okay, hold on. This strategy is even better. Sorry, I'm being dumb. I'm being dumb because they have forecast, right? So when this zone appears, they don't know where this zone is. They know where the 7th zone is. So I imagine it's here, over here, or something like that. So they know where the next zone is going, so they can rift from the 5th zone into the 7th zone. Essentially rift from 5th zone into 7th zone. So they skip the 6th zone altogether. Little risky, maybe a couple armored wall. Deciding not to use an armored wall there is interesting. Yeah, that's incredible. So yeah, with Forecast and Rift Island, they essentially skip the 6th zone every game. And what's really interesting here is, so they essentially have 2 boxes as well, right? So please be good FPS. Not really, but okay. So they essentially have like all these metal that they've placed down here, which is in Storm, but that's in 7th zone if it pulls here. And then they have these boxes they just built. So if they want, they can go back into these boxes, which is pretty interesting. Nice, getting more tags, spraying everyone around. That's interesting. So that pad essentially took them exactly to the right spot in 7th zone because they knew where it was. I wonder if this marker here is probably where the next zone is already. Let's see. Veno clicks, unlucky boys. So they actually have no elims at this point. But this is where we're going to start to see like the power of the Scan Coin. So they just scanned Reason there. They know he's a solo. Okay, I don't know why Reason was peeking out the top of that when he's got armored walls all around, but yeah, ScanCoin allows you to spot all the solos, and that's the one trend we're going to see in the end game here, is that he's always able to find the people who have just like no mats and are free kills, and that's so many elim points as well. It's not even like about the refreshes, all that. All right, so they know where the next zone is. They might look for that. They might look for the Reason loot. They see the Reason loot in there. It's pretty okay mats. It's not the best. Little refresh. Okay, that was worth, because that was pretty much cat mats for them. If that was just... I don't know how they know that was good mats, though, to be honest. But whatever. Tarp in a bit. Got some more space. More armored walls go up. It's immediately to get focused. I do not have the muscle memory for that, I'm not gonna lie. Unlucky Veno. You were a solo backside and you got scanned, so you are now dead. All right, now from this position, it's like kind of similar. Again, I've talked about this in every game so far, but they can just fly in here. So over the top, they know where also know where the zone after is going. Free kill and threats. Man, they actually get so many of these just by double spraying with bursts. And because they have the scan coin, like literally it's just wall hacks at this point in the game. Like if you get into this point of the game with good mats and good ammo and scan coin, this game is too easy for them, literally, because they can just spot, like, they're going to be able to out peek you every single time. They're going to be able to do more damage. They're going to be able to see when you're weak, everything. And they go straight down, because obviously they know where the next zone is too. Now Peter's aim with this is kind of nuts, not gonna lie, as we know. Again, scan coin, know exactly where these players are, all around them. 1,000 above surge now because they're just spraying through walls every single time. They're fully on dead side. Yeah, fully on dead side, so they can get up and take height from here maybe. I don't know if you really want to take it this early when you don't have any brick, but yep. Now they pull zone, obviously, because they know it's there. All right, Fizz front. Nice little tarp. Where's Poyo? He's with him. And now it's literally like they just stagger, spray everyone. You get wall hacks. You can see everyone around you who's a weak, who's a solo. His aim with this is crazy. But Poyo's got a bunch of kills too. Yep, you can see the people backside. Scan goes out. You know exactly where they are. Free kills. You can see Walks as a solo below. Not a good angle for it though. Nice, good rotate. Down to low ground, front side. It's like staying ahead with this coin is actually so broken. It's crazy. Especially if you've got Peter Bomb Poyo, the ones holding it. They're just gonna hit every bullet, like. See the guys in wood. It's like, it's funny, yeah, Sphinx is just wobbling about. I don't know what he's doing. They're the kind of opposite of like when you're in height. When you're in height, you want to grief all the teams in metal. Because if you grief all the teams in metal, the other teams are probably going to try and take height from you. However, if you're on like low ground like these guys are and you're looking for kills, you just spray everyone in wood and you just get so many points that way. Yep, see him below you. You got the scan coin. Accidentally piece up Ed. Beautiful armored walls come out to protect himself. They're together. Poyo nearly dies, but they're chilling. Maybe fuse the Fizz. Nice. Oh my god, Poyo's going crazy on the low ground. Extra mats, nice. 2v2 already. It's like, you've scanned, you know where they are. Bryson Bolt's up on height, 2v2. I think this is I don't really know how they won this game. Or was it the next game? I don't know how they won. 12 builds, 15 builds. What do they have on height? 26, 18. So Bryson Bolt should win this game. Like, no doubt. But they don't. Alright, they have to start going up. I don't know how Bolts dies there. Good armored wall. Is random siphon mats saving their life. Okay, nice. Spray him out. It's over. Where the hell's Bolts come from? I drop backside and he just dies to storm. Okay. How does Poyo get that last kill? The second last kill though. Fizz. Mantle. Couple of ramps. It just flies around and Bolts get hit. A little bit careless from Bolts potentially. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, they just win. They just win it. Yeah, I don't know how you beat them. I'm not gonna lie. Stats from that game. That's funny. 4 elims for Poyo, 6 for Peterball, 1500 damage on the dot, and 2k damage from Peterball. 2k damage on LAN. Can't believe the guy's saying this guy's cheating, mate. Can't believe people are saying this guy's cheating. He's literally just different. All right, next game. Game number 6. Seems pretty much the same. They have all the same off spawn. Get a little knock onto Chari, but they aren't able to finish that from this distance. Don't actually confirm that. I think Gyarados is able to... Oh, no, he does get the finish. He gets the elim for it. There you go. Okay. Manages to get the elim. Fizzpad for dashes, maybe. Let's just skip through this. Interesting, they're fishing. I did not see Peterball and Poyo as a flopper team. Who would have thought Peterball and Poyo are flopper teams? I guess they don't have any whites, though. The problem is they don't have any med kits, so maybe they're actually just trying to get floppers, or they're just using... Yeah, 2 flops. Maybe just to heal them up. Yeah, they don't get any med kits, so I guess they fish for floppers, which is smart. Rift. Loot Island again. I'm on this side. There's 600 above Surge on Loot Island. Kind of same stuff. Because it's all about interesting. Poyo, actually, they're not running Burst anymore. So Poyo switched to running Combat AR. I guess it's easier. Surge is a bit easier this game because they didn't play Bunker this time. I don't know if it just didn't spawn or what, but... Hey, a Trulex base. A Trulex base on top of Island. That shit is crazy. All right, Andalex and Sato Rift on them. Get hit 100. They must be below Surge. They're probably ticking Surge, yeah. What is this guy doing, mate? What is that guy doing? What are these guys doing? Full box. Dead. Couple emotes on him. That's like the freest Surge ever. I don't know what Andalex was doing there, I'm not gonna lie. Andalex and Sato played that truly horrifically, I'm not gonna lie. Max zone. They don't have whites this time. So now they don't have whites. They don't have... this is a problem with not medkits, right? With a strat where now they don't have the guaranteed... Oh, no, this is just a lucky pull. They do know where 7 zone is. Sorry, I'm just lying. Yeah, so again, they can just pad straight into the dead side. I guess this is probably a Queasy Trulex bar. Or a Queasy base. I don't know. We'll see. Pad straight into dead side. Pulled zone because they already know where it's going to spawn. Good idea to go back down and get dashes here, though. Because a lot of teams will probably end up using them. Scan anyone around them. Bryson Bolt's dead. They don't get the confirmed finish. Oops. Scan, so they know the bolts there is a solo. So now they can just fully spray bolts because Kanata Cooper below them. Scan coin is so broken. Yep, just continue to grief him. I was gonna say got ammo to do it, but not really. Yeah, he's away. There he is. It's like using this coin, you can just always see where people are. And it's like every single time he looks for solos, and that's just the free elims. Yep, sees him running. It's like they literally just... There's no way Bolts lives this, I'm not gonna lie. Even for scouting rotations like this too, right? Like, they know if someone's looking at them. They scan them, and then you can always see if someone's peeking back at them, so you can always choose, like, the best path to rotate. There, he can block that angle from Bolt, because he knows he's sitting watching him, which is something that literally no other team can do. Nice use of the dashes as well, just to go straight through the dead side. Poyo's cracked. We've got a couple armored walls out in advance. So nice from Peterball there. Zone pulls them, so they can do exactly what they did last time, and just sit and spray everyone that rotates, because they're in this position early. Sit and look back. They can also see any solos who are wanting to go. Try and cut off people like this. Big 13 damage. Yeah, heard someone crack next to them. So they're always going to be able to see where the solo is because of the scan coin again. Armored wall comes out. Poyo can scan him. Again, if you didn't know, if you drop the scan coin to your duo, it resets the timer. So you can kind of infinitely do it. You can infinitely do it with like a little bit of time between. So you don't actually get any evens here. It's interesting. Stagger a bit. Next dash cuts off that next moving zone. Front side elevates themselves up. Now they can continue to do the same thing. Just look back. I actually tried to decide to go for the wall. Interesting. Oh, is it free loot? It is free loot. Psych. The loot is never free. Well, okay, now there is actually just free loot there. Okay, now they're together. Scan coin. Zone pulls north. Again, they just jump front side. Elevate themselves up. Right hand peek. They see Nathan's a solo. So now they can just wait for him to edit. Here he comes. He knows the solo. Double spray him. Sorry, Nathan. You're dead. That's the freest deal. They see Kanata Cooper here in the backside of his arm. Because obviously the scan coin reveals them. Is that a kill on the Cooper now too? Cooper dead. They know Kanata's back there too. That's what I mean. Being able to like look back like this is so good. Now they play edge zone, which is so nice because they only have to cover one side. Kanata, they know Kanata's back there. Again, because of the scan coin. If this was online, everybody like, this guy's hacking. But it's just funny, obviously, because this season they get the coin. Easy kill on the Trulex. Chicho. Extra mats. Not getting too greedy, which is good. Zone pulls back, so then we can go for it. I don't know what you just got hit by there, I'm not gonna lie. Scan coin comes out. Gearas now on his lair. They know Gearas is a solo. They can literally see him crouching behind. Dead. Easy kill. Bro, Scan coin's so dumb, I'm not gonna lie. Anyone says any other coin is not the most broken. This is the most broken coin of all time. Medallion. Fish comes out, jumps on height, Age is lost. You know to like run and sprint with Fizz is actually such a good skill to have. Fizz together. Drop down to low. Build something. No, these little angles are awkward. The height of that tile is so annoying where it's like a small little wall on the floor. In the ground. Whatever it's called. Couple splashes. Good luck finding those. And a bunch of extra mats too. Damn, okay. That's probably quite lucky. But still, I mean, they're already like up in second with no luck. Fizz. Now they've got old builds. They decide to just start going up. Not going to win heal off. I mean, it doesn't go to heal off. They're just kind of randomly jumping with Fizz and hoping for the best. Nice right-hand peek. Beautiful right-hand peek. Cracked twice. I think he dies to Storm, so Poyo's left as solo. Agers makes the worst peek of all time. Poyo managed to cook him up. Okay, game 6 done. Really nice. I think Peterbottom Poyo is going to win tomorrow. Obviously, I got 6 games left, which are going on tonight as of time recording. You will already know what happens, I'm sure. So we'll see then. Day number 2, and the first game here was won by Queasy and Thomas. And what was interesting about this game was that Peterbottom Poyo actually ended up dying early, so this meant they could catch up on the leaderboard. So you can see they had a kind of stinky game here. It looks really early, it looks really late, but it's not, because this is a 94-minute replay for whatever reason, because this is the first game on the day, and they loaded them in hella early to avoid any issues. So yeah, Peterbottom Poyo die early this game, which actually sets up Queasy and Thomas to really catch up for the whole tournament. So this win is basically massive for them. So this is the kind of controversial Surge strat that they ended up doing, where they were kind of just sitting on this hill and trading Surge with Jukes and Sphinx, who were down here, and Juice and Sphinx were just trading back. They had a ton of extra shields sitting. I don't know if they've still got more. But to be honest, like, Juice and Sphinx were just doing this on every single rotate with every team around them. They were doing this with Janice as well. Bunch of extra heals in the bush, trade Surge, and then they just fizz pad into center zone. You know, how questionable is it? Is it teaming? Probably not. I mean, like, it's just beneficial for both teams to just shoot each other. Let's be real. All right, we see another fizz pad. This time a little bit different because it's an east zone. I think they end up boxing on this pad near the hill here. You got fizz pad up here, get a bunch of your brick back. Yeah, and because of that trading now, they're 500 above. So you can fizz pad again. Is here they can now fizz pad and go all the way to like center zone. Remember, this is kind of similar to the positions that they were in the previous game, where there was west zones. So the west zones, they ended up sitting south of restored reels and took advantage of all these teams in here. Now they're in center zone here, and later on all these teams are going to rotate in, presumably if the zone kind of pulls up, towards this direction. So really cool position for them. I really like it already. Thing is though, this would be problematic for them. You see there's no one around them to this side at all. It's because they're here so early. So had they not got a ton of Surge before this, like, this wouldn't be doable, but they do. So yeah, just skip forward. I'm sure they just do this a lot. Yeah, really important note is that during this time, there's a bunch of extra loot up here because Queasy went and started looting the buildings underneath them. So that means that anytime Thomas takes damage, you know, there's a bunch of bigs, a bunch of minis and stuff he can use to heal himself up. So, you know, a lot of people in the Surge bases are having one person stay up and the other person go down and loot just to make sure they get that extra for this reason in particular. And yeah, I mean, this strat works pretty good. 800 above. So yeah, it's working real nice for them. What they did here was really interesting though. So now that the 6 zone is popped, their Surge base was here and they actually intentionally waited so that they were behind everyone and staying in zone. Now, this could be a very questionable rotate depending on like how you decide to make it, but they waited for the 6th zone to pop, which as you can see is now here. And from here, what they do is they end up rotating all the way down and like round into the dead side here. So beautiful rotate. This is a kind of some of the reasons why you have to be carrying so many whites, like 6 splashes and of course squeezes 3 medkits. And they're not using them for endgame, they're using them for scenarios like this instead. So you go, they're popping. And the thing is, like, the Storm at this point is still a 2-tick. So it's like it's so late into the game, but you can still tank so much Storm to wrap yourself all the way down into dead side. So really lovely play from them. Yeah, there you go. You can see that they rotate all the way around, basically into the dead side here, and wait for the zone to open up for them, which is super, super smart. This is like a really, really good play. All right, splashes, and then they pop their final 2 medkits here. So they basically get completely capped. They do use all of their medkits and 2 of their splashes as well. But look at the position that this strategy has managed to gain them. Like, fully dead side away from everyone, and like max 6 zone rotates are like literally some of the most difficult in the entire game, and they managed to put themselves in basically like the best spot away from every other team. And they get lucky 7 zone, and they can just prioritize getting up on that hill early. I love what they do here as well. So like when they pull this zone and Thomas stays in the same position, he has a little tower up here, and so he can scout over this direction. So essentially, and at the same time, Queasy split, and he's going to go up here onto this hill in zone. So essentially what he's doing here is that, again, he's boxed up here and just holding anyone to like Batman Booga that want to rotate onto that side. So they're keeping them away, and that would force Batman Booga Rapid to rotate into here where all these other players are going to as well, which means that no one's going to go on this side. So no one's going to be on the dead side after from them. So they're like clearing the space for them. So beautiful rotate. They go up, they fizz, and as predicted, not a single team's able to get behind them, and they're in just like the best spot. Lucky zone pull for them, not gonna lie, that they pulled 8th. And they just decide to just fully commit early on now that they got the zone pull. So they put themselves in the position to get height early, where, you know, obviously they were the only ones on this side. So if they pull zone, like, they're in a guaranteed position to claim it and win from them. So you can say good luck, good RNG on that, but they put themselves in that spot already. So really, really well played. I'll be real, the entire end game, not that interesting after that. They just kept height the whole time, and then basically chokehold King and Phaser down below. Good game, though. Good game. All right, game 8 was won by Cammy and Seti, who are landing to the south of the map here. Now, their strat, I do not know, but it did not work because they won this game, and unfortunately, they kind of just stunk up the rest of them. Probably the worst placement, well, definitely the worst placement in the land for Cammy and Seti ever, which is a real shame. I saved you the last 10 minutes of this game, which is basically them just shooting Giras and Chari and fighting over again. That was pretty much it, and they looted. Now they get bunker. So of course they get tons of extra heals at a bunker. Good loot too. It's interesting that they were able to get bunker, given like most teams fight for it, and Cammy are not the best fighting team by a long shot. And now like they have some surge, but like pretty 50 builds each for third zone is kind of shambles. But their loot's chilling, like loot's fully stacked, and they have gold. I wonder what they do with the gold that they get from in there. Obviously, they upgraded a little bit, but maybe they buy more medkits to play Storm with. Biggs. Okay, buys Biggs with it. That makes sense. All right, so they basically just rotated all this way in and used tons of mats. They basically had like 50 mats each by the end of this. But one of the good things to do is kind of similar to what we've just seen before. Seti basically gets all of the mats. Gets boxed up on a good layer up here, so he can scout looking for some more surge, looking over Cammy, and at the same time Cammy goes to refarm. There's tons of like good brick, good wood down there, so he can pretty much refarm just like capped up, and they're sitting on a metal building, so we can even refarm that out too. Alright, max distance zone for them, full max distance 6, so they just instantly fizz and rotate, go again. It's not been the best early game and mid game, you know. Still, like the fact that Cammy is like 160 metal at this point, it's not ideal. 100 builds total, 127 status. He's kind of chilling a bit more. But refarm, nice. Early rotates doing them good, because again, most of the players are on the far west, so early getting the better. Have to commit a little wood. Again, I like that they're actually just committing mats early. So many teams just try to run and sprint, but if you're getting looked at by teams, you have to just build in your way. Elevate themselves, something a lot of other teams don't do also. You know, they're on a shambles low ground layer, but like what peaks can you get from here? Whereas just elevating 3 layers up, so much easier to get good damage, particularly like Giras Chari are just following here. So they can hear Giras Chari getting tagged for surge next to them. Yeah, this is free kills basically. Oh, just sneaking up, right? Nice. Okay, that makes sense. Jumps in. Little risky. Only to just take their time now because Chari has nothing. Nice, gets back into their builds. Chari's still below surge, so like he still needs to come down. So by walking back into your own builds, you kind of force him to come to you. Or I guess not. He's going to try and out-heal it with minis for whatever reason. I'm not going to lie, Cammy are really struggling to kill this solo. Oh well, the Elim gets them above surge, or confidently above surge, with a bunch of refreshed loot as well. So not bad. Chari drops in, and then he's finished off too, yeah. Okay. So basically get a refresh here, which sets them up nice. Okay. Again, they see zone, go early. This might be why they get height. So they have height this entire game pretty much. They go early, yeah, and start establishing up on early again. Nice. So a lot of our game wins have just been taken from like 8th, 9th zones, which is kind of crazy, like so early. Well, basically from the 9th zone, a lot of the teams have just taken height then. All right, commit. Nice. Good noticing the elevation change. They go up early. Quincy Thomas doing the opposite, the same at the opposite side. So now it's kind of just a battle of like, who's going to pull zone, you know? Camiseti all the way up here. Whereas at the other side, you know, you've got like, who is it? Quincy Thomas. Yeah, they're not fully up on height yet. But it depends what the zone's going to pull. They're kind of just preying on the zone to pull back here. Yeah, no, it does. So lucky zone pull for them. They can immediately elevate themselves up more. So yeah, that's really smart. So again, like getting early, like height early. They just fully kill him. It's like, if you're a team down below, like, how are you ever meant to claim height from here? And then it's just kind of same stuff we've seen every other time. Staying above. All up in metal. Cammy staying at the back just to make sure someone doesn't flank. Say the front, just tarping ahead. Staying edge storm so that they have good peaks on the players down below. At this point, like, it's been such a free game. How many people are even still alive? 15 kids. Like, so it's top 8 already. They barely used any mats just because they got those refreshes beforehand. Vino dead. Clicks his solo. Down to a 2v2. The one thing about this is I like that they did take their time here. Like Cammy, how much ammo has he got? Cammy still has 400 ammo. So he can literally just sit and spray up on height as long as they have mats just to stay up, and they've got like armored walls and stuff obviously here too. So like he can just force himself to drain mats from Janus and Pixie down below. Yeah, little splash. Not just jumping down. Because again, they have still the advantage. It's pulling up. Nice. One thing I don't think Cammy's trying to do is you don't want to finish the body. He tries to, I think it did look like he was actually maybe going for it. But if you finish the body, you run the risk of having Janus get the extra siphon mats there. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, wasn't much special in that game at all. Good rotates and like early height claims, but yeah, nothing too special. I'm not gonna lie. That's it. All right, game number 10, won by Peterbot and Poyo. You already know what the early game strats look like. I already told you what the mid game strats looking like too. Unlucky clicks, you go down. So this game was interesting because Poyo dies early, and as you can see, my boy Peterbot just frags out. So I just want to watch basically the Peterbot solo here and see how he does it. What can we learn here? Poyo already dead. Actually, how did Poyo die? Let's see how Poyo died. Got bald Poyo. Let's see how he died. No mats. Peterbot is 20. Good beams onto Vico. A little greedy maybe. Yeah, he gets a little greedy for the mats. Yeah, he has nothing. Gets greedy for it. Unlucky. All right, so Peterbot left as a solo. Good angles covering each way. Ramp behind him. So many people suck at doing ramps behind them in solos. I swear to God. Good armored wall. Seeing we got a duo jump on your back. Beautiful edit. I love the... Let's see. Oh my God, there's so many kills here. I can't even reset it properly. Drum mag on so he can shoot an extra gatekeeper shot. He sees TD jump. Blocks it with a wall. Insta edits the top row. Whoa. Shotgun time like that's really important, where you can read like this guy's gonna shoot. All I need to do, as long as I make sure as I have a build in the way when he shoots, I can do whatever edit I want afterwards, which is why most people do a top row just 50-50. Gives you the best chance to hit a shot. So basically just waited for teenager shot, edited, baiting out perfectly, and then just easily wiped out. He'll do that in an end game, by the way. Gorgeous. Scan coin goes off, so he knows where everyone is. So Queasy's dead. Jumps to front. Now it's all solos. Body. I think that's not quite all solos yet. Yeah, now it's all solos. Beautiful tar front side. Almost a god shot. I don't think he is scan right now. Nice shot to 2 legs. Beautiful elims on the backside on the booger. Good layer change. So layer change here means all those scuffed players, if there's anything on low ground, can't get you, and is like pars running around. He sees him, picks up another one. He's crazy with it. The peaks are so good. Love the block. Again, really good use of the Flurry Fizz. Just a jump. Beautiful right hand peaks, jukes down. I'm not gonna lie, what even is there to say about that? That was just gorgeous. None of you doing that. No one else doing that. I'm not gonna lie. And it's not the only solo game he won. There's not much analysis. He's just better. That's it. All right. So game number 10 was won by Bryce and Bolts. So they split south of Vconflixie. There's ones that Vconflixie... I don't know if they keyed them, how many games they actually ended up keying them this time. But they play for the forecast here for the most part. So I think this was the game... Did it spawn this game? Forecast did spawn this game. Okay, let's see how they play around it. So it's interesting. They get... forecast spawn, and this is actually one of the games that Vconflixie decides not to key them. So this may benefit them massively here. I mean, it's going to. They're going to get forecast. But I don't know the full stats of how many games Vico Flixie came here. I wonder if it's because, like, at this point in the leaderboard, like, Vico Flixie just wanted to make sure they were doing well. And it's like, you know, the third last game, they were already, like, third. Risking fighting over forecast maybe wasn't worth it. So this maybe enabled Bolt and Bryce to end up winning the game from here. All right. Mid-game was pretty messy. Beautiful sneak onto Quanti there. Love the sneaky double pickaxe. Get some nice little refresh if the players sit next to him. Good scouting, good scouting. How many mats they got now? 101, 35. That probably sets them up nicely. Really nice. Yes, this is a really nice prey by Bryce and Bolt. So they get to the front side ahead of time and then start to look back. And notice there's a player on their layer. It's just TD Tarpon. Nice little double edit. Both pump, get a cone in. There's nothing TD can do in that situation. Really nice way to get a refresh there just by being front side, looking back. Now with all this extra mats, they can just tarp front side. They really play a lot of safe. Like, they're not really risking a lot, just like full tarpon the vast majority of zones. But by doing that, you're going to allow yourself to continue getting good spots. They did kill Peterbot earlier, so they have the scan coin too. Which is obviously extremely beneficial because they can do exactly what Peterbot does and just look for all the solos backside and get free elims. Case in point, Chari right there. Now they got the med kits, they have all the space because zone starts to pull back too. You can see it's a duo on height too. They're still in metal, so it's almost impossible to take it. Scan coin allows them to double edit FKS in. Go for full tarp. They have the med kit so they can play for heal off. Drop the scan coin. Who else can they look for? No one, no real good opportunities, it seems like. You can see pings coming out. Yeah, this is like scan coin at its finest, right? You can just hold your angles out and wait for them to rotate that past. Ooh, Bolts gets cooked. Good job from Bryce taking over to create enough space so that Bolts can heal. Couple floppers, not wanting to waste the med kits. Scan coin dropped, so they know wherever it is right now. Really nice job to cut them off, get to front side. Scuffed little angle, but quite lucky they won that, I'm not gonna lie. Bolts is taking a lot of storm. I don't know if he plays... I think Bolts does go for the heal off. I think it might be better to let Bryce play heal off. He's taking less damage from Storm, so it might higher chance of him actually winning. Yeah, he dies. And then basically gets some armored walls. Full boxes himself in armored walls. And then just wins with 3 medkits. Kind of resident sleeper, but yeah. Scan coin and heal off. Let's go, Bryce of Bolts. You never guess who wins game 11. That would be Peterbot and Poyo. Crazy thought, I understand. Now, Poyo actually dies. Again, unfortunately. A bit of an unlucky one this time. I don't know if I can call that a milk. Just a bit unlucky this time. And Peterbot, yet again, wins the entire game as a solo. Now, this game, I'm not gonna lie, he just goes absolutely insane. Gets the first knock onto Rise. He's getting full lobby focused. So many teams around him everywhere. Does a good job creating a ton of space. He's not actually getting lobby focus. Take it back. I remember that wrong. Tries to get to Poyo. Nope. No can do. Lovely little stair tarps there. Now he's creating enough space. He can finally heal. He still has scan coin, so you can see everyone behind him. He sees Chapatini behind. Scouts see a good option to go, so he knows he can rotate on this side because no one's watching him. Beautiful jump around the side. The cutoff on TD there was actually disgusting. Oh my god. Bro, who is doing this? Who else is doing this? Pump, ramp, wall, Mongrel Classic. Teeny, imagine you're Teeny, right? Wait, let's watch that from Teeny's perspective. Imagine you are Teeny. You're 191 HP. You're doing a good... This is a good rotate from Teeny too. Great layer change. What are you meant to do? This guy's built different, man, I swear. This guy's mechs are just too quick. Alright, fizzes up. Code over the head. Good. Drop down. Doesn't jump. Nice. Bounces front side. Beautiful shot under Reet. Lovely peaks. Good pressure too. Floor's getting taken by Paper. Doesn't matter. Hits a max every single shot. Obviously, he can see them with a scan coin, so it's really easy to line up pre-fires. Slides on low. Really nice. Armored wall preemptively to stop him getting 1v2'd by the old Boogs. It's like one thing. He's so active as well. Like he's pressuring duos at the same time as a solo. He's not just doing nothing here. Nice. Good rotate. Beautiful, efficient tarp as well. Covering the top to stop him getting lobbied. Not covering walls. Mate, Ritual actually just got absolutely shit on. I'm not gonna lie. It is really good. So he puts a ramp in to block. Ritual gets the wall. But because he's Gold Gatekeeper with Drum Mag, he can just one-shot that and then pickaxe to destroy it. The speed of these two edits in an endgame scenario at LAN is actually absurd. Pump, reset. Bro, this guy is disgusting. Again, let's watch that from Ritual's POV. POV, you are trying to W-key Peterbot in endgame. Ramp in and we're going on the best. Nah, I'm dead. Oh. I'm dead. That's too funny. One thing he's doing that's really good is he's just harping on the edge of Storm. So he's just much more material efficient here. Because obviously he's just got a couple wood builds to place on one side. Obviously armored walls stop him getting focused when people shoot him. And he can scan and just see all the solos on backside too. One thing that Peterbot always does that allows him to get killed so quickly is that he always never pieces someone before shooting, if that makes sense. So he's taking a right-hand peek. Let's take a slow it down. Obviously, he doesn't actually get this kill, but you'll see the idea. Same thing happened to Teeny. Shoot, and as you're holding down click from shoot, you know, full piece, which he doesn't go through, edits, and he would have killed him had Rapid not died there as well. So he always takes a shot, and whilst holding his click in, uses that shot to build as efficiently as possible. And that's how, I mean, it's pretty much it. If you can hit 100 shot, pump, full piece with the rest of it after that, and then you hit another shot afterwards, it's like, I don't know, the fights are just over like that. Oh, Boog's backside zone. Nice jump to front. Beautiful block around edge zone. The speed of the double edit, bro. Just to get down to shoot Peterbot in the back. Like, it's really rare you actually see crazy mechanical skill like this make a difference in endgame. But I guess because servers now in Fortnite are actually good. Yeah. By the way, when I saw this, I saw the other player was Queasy. And I was like, sorry, Queasy. I 1v1 between Queasy and Peterbot. I know who I'm putting my money on. Server lag, of course. Server lags, we can't break it down, but he basically had some really nice quick floor edits and resets there to finish off. Peterbot is the most mechanical player in the world. And it actually matters now because in-game servers seem to be good enough where you can play like that. Unreal, unreal. So what we're about to witness here is an issue with the way that the RAN was LAN. The LAN was RAN. My brain is not working. I've been speaking too much the last few days. So Peterbot Poyo, they hit the pad. Unsurprisingly, by the way, if I didn't mention this, they won the last game. The script is rigged. Notice as they're flying here, they're clearly going for forecast. No doubt. But you notice that they decide to turn around and key in here when these teams fighting. And you might think, why would they do that? That's because threat is knocked. Now, what was odd about this LAN in particular was that anonymous mode was off. Now, I don't know if this was the case for globals and invitational the last 2 years. I'd need to ask. But if you know who's contesting you, which is threats and trashy, you see threats go down in the feed. So immediately, if you're Peterbot and Poyo, you're flying through the sky, like, hold on, we'll just turn around and get a free kill. Like, these guys are obviously fighting here. This could be free loot for us. Yeah, so they just jump in, and essentially they're able to get 2 free elims just because of that. Well, they get 1 elim, because now obviously they've got the scan that goes off, so they can see the body to start with. Now they can just pressure him and jump in. And this is like the first time throughout the entire tournament where they keyed in here. I could be wrong. I think this was the only time they keyed in, and it was purely because of anonymous mode, which is quite funny. Yeah, and now they have 2 extra players loot as well. So like this last game, they were even more juiced purely because of the anonymous mode being off, which I find really interesting. One thing I really like here is, apologies if you can hear grass cutting outside. They're just doing it out my window, which is the perfect time, so I appreciate that. Is just before the 4th zone appears, they fizz as they're boxed up onto this pad mid-map. So they fizz right here, and that allows them to know exactly wherever the loot island is going to spawn. So obviously they can see it's down here, and then they can just fizz pad from there and be the first one to it. If it was in any of the other spawns, they could also try and guarantee that they get there first, which is a really good way just to ensure no matter what the spawn is, that you can be one of the first teams there. And of course, because of this, they're able to claim island, forecast, bunker, coin, all uncontested with no one fighting them at all in the final game. So yeah, the game is just laid out for them already. And again, similar to one of the earlier games that we saw, pop medkits, fizz, perfect timing, 6 seconds before the 6 zone pops or whatever it is. They have forecast, they're flying towards where they know the 6th zone is. Now they know where the 7th zone is, so they're flying to land directly into that. Capped mats, good surge already. I mean, I'll be totally honest with you, like the game's won already. At this point, like they're in the 7th zone, or they're getting to it, to a good position, they commit to it. The game is pretty much won. So yeah, they're cap mats pretty much, but at this point, also scan coin, so they know there's a solo there. They know that's a free kill, and they're only 130 above, so it's like, okay, we're gonna take this isolated fight. It's gonna be free for us. Not only do they kill, they don't get much surge. I think it's like 30 damage. It's not really much because that guy was weak, but it's another couple points that adds up big time in a game like this where they're going head to head in the final game. All right, they get zone. Now they know where 8th zone is. Man, this coin's so dumb. They just know pings is under there, and there's 2. The Kazian aspect are 2. Go on dashes. Dip their toes in. Nice. They commit a little bit more mats there to go up. Doesn't seem like they can fully scout from the layer of that before, just so going up that little bit more means they can actually see everyone around them. Plus, they're only 140 above, so they need better angles for surge. So committing 2 metal boxes makes a lot of sense there. That 60 tag might be enough. Again, the coin scanned out, so they're trying to find teams who they could potentially hold here. Nice, good damage. This is a really good job of them. So obviously they have the scan coin, and they know these teams are going to rotate, or all these people in the sky now. So they're just looking up, because given they're over like the dash water, obviously they have dashes here. All of these teams are probably just going to start dashing. So by situating yourself in a position where you can just open and edit like this, like you guarantee yourself such free surge on just anyone who wants to use a dash and fly through the sky. Or if they're using fizz, if they don't have dashes, even better for you. And you fizz once, twice, slide. Nice. Just committing mats, getting to front. Poyo seems a little bit ahead. Oh, sorry, that's not Poyo in front of him. Oh, I'm watching Poyo. I'm being dumb. Now, because of that, end of first moving, they are almost 400 above. Poyo's trying to find places he can get more dashes. Nice. Nice. Fizz, double dash front side. Good armored wall, predictively. Or preemptively, sorry. You can see aspect backside zone there because of the coin again. Ah, it's so annoying. Little angle to go for, I'm not gonna lie. Splashes because they know zone's coming back, so don't waste any more mats. Aspects behind. 3 killed. It wouldn't get because of the coin. Paper dead. Nice. This is an old height retake they're very used to doing. These boys know how to play with dashes. Anything 2 seasons ago tell you. So, Poyo goes to one direction. Poyo jumps up the back and mantles. Whilst at the same time, Peterbot sprints forward. So there's like 2 different actions that are getting pinched onto height. And you see Peterbot, I think he dashes up here, does he? No, so yeah, they basically just create like a full pinch up onto height. which cracks Ed there. And then Persa's up on height by himself, so you've kind of split the players with Ed being weak. He dashes up, tries to get away, but goes too far. So now for Persa up on height, it's just him as a solo versus Peter Bob Poyo. And sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but you are not winning that. So they jump down, because now from the front side, you'll just be able to spray him out. Interesting to actually go for it. Oh, I could run out of mats, I guess, entirely. So I just pick up a free kill onto King. Siphon mats left. They know no one's on height, really, or like one person's on height, because it was Persa that we're fighting for before. Yeah, they're still not sure. I guess the scan coin would show. I guess the scan coin's not gone out yet. So, yeah, I think they're pretty confident no one's above. Poyo doing a good job sticking left. Yeah, good scouting to see if there's anyone behind them. Now it just becomes a job of, like, all the solos and trying to get as many elims and win as possible here, so... By the way, absolutely picture finish for the final game for these guys to be in Grimgate, where their first FNCS win landed at. Their final game of Global Championship that they win it from is from here. The script writes itself, guys. The script writes itself. My video is made so much easier by the beautiful Epic Games scriptwriters. Teeny, flying around, dead. I mean, at this point, it's just a game of, like, be on height and let Peterbot go down. See the angles he plays. Is he actually... What's the elims looking like? He does frag out. They both kind of just frag out, to be honest. Again, the Drum Mag Gatekeeper with his high structure damage. So good in this situation. You don't have to spray as much. I don't know what Swizzy's doing. My goat. Not my goat like that. Nice. Good, really good pinch from Poyo there as he just wrapped around the back as when Peterbot dropped down. Still 7 players up. 8 builds left. Ooh. Trulex getting a little fraggy from behind. Good fizz. Poyo's still healthy with mats. 2v2 with someone healing off somewhere. So I'm shooting the back. Batman Bugger now dead. Yeah, Trulex knocked. So now it's a 2v1. So now they know it's a 2v1. So they can just jump on. And Chicho just doesn't stand a chance. Win the final game. The entire LAN. Second, first with a LAN win. No one's ever done that before. Absolutely insane. Check out my main channel video on Resub, which I'll be covering like the story of this event. Probably these guys' story for the whole year. Because this is one of the most insane things ever. I'm not gonna lie. Catch you guys there. Peace.